Happy New Year to
Happy
everybody.
New Year to everybody. Welcome to the first Town Council meeting. Just a few housekeeping issues for members of the public. Fire exits are to the left or right, depending on which way you're facing and the way you came in. Please assemble high, because if the fire alarm goes off, it's not a test. Okay, let's go on to the agenda. Agenda item 24031, to receive apologies for absence.
We've received apologies from Councillor Sharon Murray and to inform the Council that Councillor Elizabeth Tyndall-Newman has now resigned. We will therefore be advertising a casual vacancy in the next few weeks.
Okay, thank you. And before we go on to agenda item, you will all have in front of you a rules of debate at meetings, which comes from our standing orders. I asked Ashley to print this off. I have no wish to stifle a good debate, and I think we've had some very good debates over the last 6 months. But because there are more of us, I just want people to remember they need to come through the chair, so that when the recording goes out, it's quite clear who it is that's making the comments for any members of the public. So just if you raise your hand, I'll bring you in. I want everybody to be involved. Okay, thank you very much. Agenda item 24032, to note declarations of interest and request for dispensation to discuss and vote on a matter in which a member or co-opted member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Does that apply to any councillors?
No.
No. Okay. Agenda item 24033 is the open forum. Comments and questions concerning items on the agenda can be put to the council by the public during this period. Matters which, in the chairman's view, require debate and or a discussion will be referred to the next committee or council meeting as appropriate. Items not pertaining to the agenda may also be taken at this time at the chairman's discretion, and the public forum is restricted to 15 minutes and strictly 3 minutes per person, unless the chair allows otherwise. Do we have any comments from members? Yes.
Just one, Chair. On item 8, regarding the maps.
Yes.
Are the positions of the defibs in the village going to be located on this map?
I will hand you over to Councillor Moore, because he has been doing a tremendous amount of work on this. And the short answer is yes, but would you like to answer that?
Roger's doing the map, so yeah.
We haven't done that, we?
Sorry,
Put defibrillators marked on the tourist map.
not on the tourist map.
No, don't think we'll be able to fit it on. What do you think?
Could it be symbol?
Symbol?
With a line going to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I would rather that the tourist map, whichever one the council chooses tonight, is not further complicated by extra symbols. We are in the process of preparing a map of all the defibrillator sites within the village, and there are far more than I thought there were.
It's a map to itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a map to itself.
Which will go in the notice boards anyway. Okay. So, and on the website.
I just feel about saving space.
Okay. Any other questions, John?
Just to add to what I was asked about.
Yeah.
I was working with Roger's map. The Range School have one. I've trained people and we'll go off site. We knew about Tesco's, obviously ours, more secure. Bull's Head, I haven't found out yet. You can't get through to them. I mean, give me a call one night to have a look.
The Bulls don't have them.
You haven't, right, fine.
Wagon
Saves me going
But
on.
the Premier Inn have.
Sorry, I meant that as a
They're
complex.
two separate, very separate.
The same site, isn't it? Strike Stuff one, obviously, we know about. The health centre have one, obviously, but again, they'll come off site with a trained person. The other ones, the Grain, St Benedict's has got one, and it's on the database. The health centre and the Grange School haven't got them on the database, but I've made them aware of that, so hopefully that will be rectified.
Okay.
Yeah. But on the map, we hope we'll put times available.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Any other comments? No? Okay, on to agenda item 24034, to approve and sign the minutes of the Hanford Town Council meeting of the 12th of December. Is there anything that anybody has an objection to? Have we got some typos, councillor? No?
I'm not sure about that, but I have one or two comments.
Go
Page 4, and this builds on what we've just been discussing, a map of where the defibrillators are situated within the village is now in an advanced state of preparation. Actually, it's not put it on the website yet because some of the new ones have not yet been powered up or installed properly. So that relates to item 9 in the minutes.
Yeah.
Page 5. Grant application to Hanforth Grange School. The chair of this council and myself attended Hanforth Grange School assembly. Was it on Thursday? Friday. And the school was presented with our jumbo cheque, and they were very pleased to accept it, of course.
Anything further?
And the last one is a typo, in fact, on page 6. First para, councils can effect rather than affect the disbursement of S106 monies.
Okay, thank you, councillor Salt. Well, ditto to the signing of the amendment, please, on the
Sorry, can I just, I'm a bit confused. I thought these are things that have happened following the meeting, or are you asking for them to be added? Because I don't recall, because you just, like, with regards to the cheque, are you asking for that to be added to say that you've been?
No, I think I'm just making a comment that
Oh, right, okay.
presented to
Right,
them.
okay.
Okay, anything further from anybody? No? Good. Can I have a proposer then, please, to accept the minutes? Thank you, councillor Sullivan, and a seconder. Thank you very much. All those in favour? You weren't here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, agenda item 24035 is to receive a report from our PCSA.
Did everyone receive the report earlier? Would anyone like to ask some questions about it before I'll reread it and then I've got something else to do as well. Any questions from any councillors regarding what was?
Can I just ask one question? Under the burglaries, what date are we going up to, given the conversation we had before?
So this will be from all of these from the last meeting. So the date of the last meeting, that's when I do the checks from. So
Okay.
it's the full from.
So what about the ones we discussed? Could you put none?
It's so 0 burglaries, and then it's 1 burglary, 1 attempt, and 1 shed break since the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So it was 0, looking so lovely, and then I had to rewrite the report as of 8 days ago. So we've had 1 burglary on Merriton Road where a vehicle was taken, and the day after we had an attempt 7-8 doors down, which was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we tried to, 2 males tried to gain entry through the rear door by smashing the panel. Nothing was taken, and strangely, what usually gets taken, there was no vehicles on the drive either. We have got some forensic evidence that's being processed at the moment with regards to that. So if there is any positive news going forward, obviously I'll report back. With regards to the shed break, that was on Jamie Webb Way on the 5th of January. We don't know how they got in. Obviously, it is a secure living accommodation, living site. No sign of how they got in. No one's forced any gates. CCTV has picked up nothing. Someone has been snooping around because the shed that was broken into I didn't realise was there until I was on top of it. And that's how tucked away it is.
Is this one of Jones's sheds or one of
No, it
personal?
is a personal shed.
Okay.
It was insecure and there's been alcohol taken. There's no attempt to get into the property. There's been no damage caused. It's a bit of a strange one, but we are doing some work with on-site security just to see if we can get security on site.
The site is not totally closed yet, is it?
No.
It's supposed to be a, what's the,
Gated.
a gated community,
Yes.
but anybody can just wander in the main gate, as it were, at the moment.
Yes, there's a lovely, secure, high gate at the front, very sturdy, CCTV, but yeah, the site's completely open at the back because they're still front houses. So, yes, but as far as driving a vehicle on there, you won't be able to, but yes, on foot, jumping over a wall, moving a fence, yes, you can. So, no, it's not secure as it stands.
Would it appear to be someone who lives in there?
Couldn't tell. It's,
Any kids robbing the parents' booze out the shed?
no, we did ask the question. Kids, grandkids, but no. So we did tick that box. There have been no theft from motor vehicles in that period. So no vehicles have been broken into or gained entry and anything taken from them at all within the Hamforth area. That's including Portugal. We've got no repeat demand with regards to harassment incidents. And for any of that aware, the parking issues on Friday on Lumsdale Road and Stanley Road. Myself, Julie and Mosque have been trying to come up with some, we've got a short-term plan. The hotel has very generously donated the car park again, so there is somewhere to do this. Now, I'll be the first to say, we're not assisting illegal parking for the sake of it. It's a lot of vehicles, so until their car park is finished, I can't expect it to snap the fingers and just miracle up those spaces. So we're working with them for the short period. Once car parks are in place, once if any long-term plan can be come up with the mosque, or with the hotel, there will then be, as it would anywhere else, there'll be zero tolerance. And that will be my usual system of you're warned, and if you do not take the warning, you'll be ticketed. Parking has improved over the last several weeks that have been going on. Obviously, last week was fantastic, but obviously not sustainable going forward because I can't be there every Friday. However, I will be changing my shifts for the next 5 weeks, so I am there every Friday, just because it's.
Is Stanley Road your jurisdiction or is it Stockport Police?
Stockport. Part of it is. No, it's Stockport. It's sort of, the whole carriageway is Stockport. This is a problem we had last week.
So you take care of anything from the wagon and horses back to Hamforth?
So, so anything, so basically the border pretty much goes through the middle of Stanley Road.
Yeah.
If you look on any map, there are a couple of pieces on the Cheshire Police when we draw our maps out that nip on, so obviously that's why the hotel is on us.
Yeah.
But to be honest, anything that would be enforced, if it's on Stockport, that's obviously not something for advertising when they're telling them not to park there. But yeah, really, this shouldn't be Stockport.
But the whole carriageway and grass verge is Stockport.
Yeah. Very pleasant to
Just
be
the
able to
hotel.
be in queue on Friday.
Sorry.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
back.
No, this is, we spoke to Cheshire East last week to ask if they would cone Stanley Road. And they came back to us and said, yeah, we'll get a permit and we'll cone it. And they came back to me 2 days later and said, we can't cone it because it's Stockport. They checked the boundaries and the whole carriageway is Stockport because I said, no, it's not. The hotel and the car park is Cheshire East,
Correct.
but the grass verge and the road is Stockport. So they went to Stockport Council and said, please, can we have permission to cone it? Cheshire East were going to cone it, and they said, no, it's not a problem. We got no help whatsoever from Stockport. So we were on it all from Monday till 11 o'clock Friday,
Very nervous Friday morning, yeah.
Yeah.
We finally got access to
trying
the
to
car.
get the
Gareth.
permission.
Gareth, did you give them permission to park in Lakeland? Because I got 4 horrible phone calls saying, why have you ringing me? I've no idea. And I told them to speak to Ashley.
No. Lakeland never came out of anyone's mouth. They were told the wagon and horses because they can pay,
Right.
or they had to pay actually on Friday for a hotel just because you couldn't turn the cameras off in time.
Right.
But no, it is the hotel, or if they want to pay for the wagon and horse, they can.
Okay.
They know they shouldn't be in Lakeland, and that's something that
I did go into Lakeland
the
and say
Moss has
it's nothing
told
to
them
do with this.
repeatedly
Okay,
they are not
Councillor.
to use the
Yeah.
Moss.
Yeah, can I just say that the wagon did say that they could park in there, providing they paid the parking charges, but that would have meant that they'd have to turn left at Stanley Road, go all the way down, up the bypass on the other side.
Oh,
because
yes, of
there was
course.
no access
Yes.
southbound.
Yeah.
So they must have been very determined if they did that, because the traffic was horrendous down at the roundabout and on the bypass apparently, so. But yeah,
Are
very
you stopping
few.
them from parking on the roundabouts at the bypass?
Yes, we would. I managed to grab 2 extra members of staff last week.
Yeah.
I can only
Is it illegal to park on the roundabouts?
You can't park.
You can't, because there's no markings on the road that says you can't,
There's not, but yeah,
because they're always there.
you shouldn't go on the roundabout.
And do you move them on?
We would move them on.
Yeah.
We know we moved some of the problem onto Stockport last week, but if Stockport or Great Manchester Police want to show up and assist, we can either back them back between us or move the problem altogether. But until then, I'll make sure Lumsdale Road and Stanley Road is clear. As I mentioned at the last meeting I was here, anyway, I think it was in the last update as well, that Matthew Robotham, PC Panforth, has almost solely been told to focus on shoplifting. But that's neither here nor there. However, positive from it though, we have noticed a reduction in the amount of shoplifters, and that's by 48%, and the detection rate has obviously dramatically gone up. It's not, sadly, something we are going to solve. Certainly not overnight. However, at least there is something positive coming out of it. On the back of it, any repeat offenders that we get, we are going for criminal behaviour orders on as well. It's not just there's your fine, there's your sentence, off you pop, come back when you're out, you can go again. Criminal behaviour order makes a further offence just by being here. We know you're coming here to commit offences, therefore, if you come here, we'll lock you up.
Yes, is it Antoine King?
It is, well, it's all over. They are being asked to look all over. Our highest demand, crime-wise, is handful by far. Which, lovely segues into. Finally, the force have produced quarterly newsletters with regards to Cheshire Constabulary's performance, and we can now share them. They've done the breakdown from Cheshire, the east part of the constabulary, and Macclesfield. We've asked, and they've finally done it. It's broken down. The smallest they'll go for me is Wilmslow. So all the figures are full. It says on the top, Wilmslow East, Wilmslow West, Audley Edge, Prestbury, Dean Road, Lacey, Style, and Horsham. That's as far down as they'll break the figures for me. But I've got you a paper copy. They are going to be going out to share with everyone on social media. We'll put the links out, but I thought I'll just tell us with a sneak peek. Paper copies beforehand. If there's any questions off the back of it, I will answer what I can. What I can't get the answers for, I'll move up the ladder and get you the answers.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay.
Chair, can I just,
Yes.
Gareth,
Yes.
if you call around, I've got an up-to-date plan of the boundary lines at the said junction.
I will come and have a look.
Yeah, and it includes the belfry, grass, the car wash, and it goes right towards Hill Green, and then immediately left down Bolshire,
Yeah.
right the way down to the farm, and then across land, which is all Cheshire.
Yes.
Yeah,
The map I know
Yeah,
we're working on, Bolshire Farm, it is on Cheshire. You've
Yeah.
got to go on to Manchester to get to it. The border, I'll come and have a look.
yeah,
But yeah, the border there is, which is why we simply say the border goes straight down Stanley Road, because otherwise,
Well, perhaps
like this.
when you've investigated it, you could give us an update.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, agenda item 2327.6 is to receive any reports from our handful
No,
board.
that's nothing. It's another
Okay,
thing.
what, I missed something.
You're here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got it in the wrong place. I do apologise, that's from reading that. Right, okay, we've had that. So agenda item 24036 to approve and sign the order of payments for January 2024. Has anybody got any issues with those?
No.
No? Okay, may I have a proposal then, please, to accept those payments, the order of payments? Thank you. And a seconder. All those in favour? Thank you, that was unanimous. Agenda item 24037. To instruct the clerk to proceed with the tender process requirements as per HTC financial regulations and internal auditor findings 21-22. All contracts in excess of 25,000 should be advertised on the contract finder's website. Such invitation to tender shall state the general nature of the intended contract, and the clerk shall obtain the necessary technical assistance to prepare a specification and appropriate placing, etc., etc., etc. I don't think there's any point in reading all the rest of that. I don't have to read it there.
That bit there.
That bit. For the procurement of services relating to the supply and installation of a festive lighting scheme for Hamforth Town Centre for a period of 5 years, Councillor Susan Moore. I'm sure you're all aware that the lighting contract is now up for tender. There are some interesting, there is some interesting information that's been sent to us, but in order to look at any of it, we have to put this process into place. Does anybody have any comments, any questions about it? Yes, Councillor.
Yeah, can I ask that we look at extending it beyond the War Memorial towards Hannah Fort?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I have had a few
That's already
comments
been agreed.
about it. When?
That was
I can't
agreed
remember.
in October, when we were talking about the lights, and we said we wanted it put down the road, but they couldn't do it this year. But hopefully they would look at it next year.
Well, the simple matter is we've come to the end of we've had 7 years now with light. And the auditor obviously wanted us to go through a big tendering process this time because of the length of contract and the amount of money that we actually hand over. So let's just do what he says, and we will receive tenders, hopefully more than one, and in say 2 or 3 months' time, we will bring all those tenders to council, and it will be up to you guys to decide who you're going to go with.
But can you put in though that we need to extend it, not just on one?
We can, but it depends on the cost. If they could, sorry.
Does the actual light?
No, we've rented.
We rent
We've
them.
rented.
We rent them.
We rent them.
It
Yeah.
allows us to change them. if
Yeah.
we
Councillor
wish.
Sullivan, please.
So,
Are there many companies out there that we get quotes from? Do we do this, or do we use the same as Wilmslow, Alderley, Cheadle, Hill Green?
They tend, well, ones have got the same people as currently.
Alderley Edge have got the same people as us.
Alderley Edge.
Wilmslow have had a bad experience with one company that I know of. And there are several several different companies
So
that
it's
have
worth
provided it,
tendering,
and it is worth tendering.
And there's some big changes, you know, we're going to all LEDs and such like, so, you know.
Yeah.
Councillor Smith.
Will we be asking Light to?
We will obviously be polite and invite Light to retender as well. Yeah.
Well, if it's the rules, it's the rules, isn't it?
It's the rules though that we've got to put it on contract finder.
Absolutely.
I will let Light know that I put it on contract finder, and so they can.
Encourage them to.
Exactly, yeah.
Shout.
Because we do have a good relationship with them. They come to fix breakdowns. I trust them, but we do have to look at doing this.
Okay, so, sorry.
Will the tenders come to us then?
They'll come to me, and then I will present them all together at one council meeting where you decide.
It'll be open at the council meeting.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
Yes, effectively, yeah.
Okay, so can I have a proposal then? Well, I suppose I should propose it because I put it on there. I'll propose it. May I have a seconder, please? Thank you, councillor Sullivan. All those in favour? Thank you, unanimous. Agenda item 24038 to approve a draft tourist map for installation in newly sited poster display cases in Hampole. 2 copies printed on weatherproof vinyl up to a maximum amount of £140 plus VAT. Councillor Small.
Yes,
I apologise, I was going to print some in A3 and I've forgotten. Sorry about that.
it's interesting to see my name against this motion because when I realised it was coming up, I thought to myself, well, how did this come about? And I asked Ashley, and he didn't know either, but he did his research, and apparently the map display boards and production of the tourist map were agreed at the 14th of June 2022 HTC meeting under minute reference 221616.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what happened now, but it was suggested to me that I might like to help produce a couple of tourist maps, or a tourist map. And to start off with, when I realised how many features there would have to be in this map, I produced a map which focused just on the village centre. And I think we got a little bit of criticism at the last meeting or the meeting before that, that the area included in the map should be extended out towards the site of the garden village and perhaps more out towards Clay Lane and the Grange. So you have two maps to consider tonight. You should consider whether you deem either of them suitable for use as a tourist map, and B, which of the ones of the 2 maps you would prefer. And as regards the siting, I talked to Ashley about the siting of these. We were agreed that the paddock would be an excellent site for one. The second site was a little bit more difficult, but I suggested to him that outside the library, adjacent to our current town council notice board,
We've also
might be
considered,
appropriate.
on top of that, possibly the retail park. But it gets a lot of people there.
Well, there's that as well, yes. That's
Not the
all I
station,
have to say.
Not the station.
I'd suggest the station.
They won't allow any installation of anything. at the
Kill 2
moment.
birds with
No,
one
we
stone.
the-
can't do
Allow
that.
The
We
station.
can't do anything at the
Well,
station at the moment.
Chair, the
Why take a vote? I don't know, they just won't.
They've got the Friends of Hampole Station signage up everywhere, haven't they?
Chair, may I enlighten the meeting
Carry
a
on.
little bit? The Friends of Handful Station are still actively considering a plan to produce a tourist map. And the latest suggestion is that if we use one of these 2 maps, adjusted to indicate the site where the map reader is standing, then such a map could be mounted within the ticket office on a large perspex board which is on the southern wall of the ticket office. As regards the friends not being able to do anything else, That is certainly true. We've had a total embargo on putting up any kind of structure on the station until such time as the plans for the installation of the lifts are finalised. It's caused a great loss of morale amongst the friends. Literally, we had several grant applications on the stocks. They've had to be cancelled because we know that we would not get permission to proceed with the installation of any infrastructure.
Yes, just Roger. Would it not make sense to have one at the station in the ticket office, but facing outwards? Because then it'd be visible 24 hours a day.
That's a possibility, John. I don't think the final decision has been made. Another suggestion was to have it on the west wall, the west exterior surface of the wall of the ticket office.
Just thinking that that's subject to possible vandalism, etc. isn't it?
At the last meeting of the Friends, it was agreed that we would wait until the quality of the maps produced by the town council could be seen and observed, and then we might go ahead and do likewise, but just for one copy in the interim.
Can I just make a point on this first map? We've got the insignia there of Ferrari and Rolls-Royce. Can we not ask them to sponsor the maps?
They're £35 a map.
We'll charge them 130.
Promotion to them, haven't it?
We could ask. We could ask.
£70 towards something else. I think that's a very good suggestion.
Or a discount.
We could ask.
A discount.
Or a discount off a future purchase.
Only I'm not buying a car in exchange. So you can have that. I think that's a good suggestion.
Could ask them.
Yeah, why not?
Could ask them. Can just ask.
Or we'll remove
No,
their names
we
and
were
charge
going
it
to
to
ask
car
for
dealers.
One moment.
And on that note, we were going to ask the shopkeepers in Hanford if they would sponsor our notice board or the newly installed ones.
The newly installed Anwell one is being half funded by Anwell.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's up now.
No, we were going to put it in yesterday, but because of the temperature, it would have frozen the water in the post-street mixture and it just blown up. So, no. It'll go in on Monday.
So basically, we have to choose between one of these maps.
You have to decide whether you want to go ahead with either of the maps, and if you do, which
Which
one
one?
you want to go
Okay.
ahead with.
Comments from anybody, please?
Are we all going to get a pamphlet with the maps so we can take them home and look at them and decide? Or do we have to do it now?
No, we're doing it now.
I can put it into the big screen.
There's a coloured map on here if you want to have a look. On
It's a better one.
it's a lot better than the black and white, to be honest.
What date emails yours on?
Sorry.
What date emails yours? I can only find the short version with the ones from Part B.
Oh, God, I'm just sending it out last Wednesday. What's the day?
Yeah.
10th.
It's all right, we didn't get any either. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm only getting
Didn't get what?
the information about the illegal street furniture.
It's in the somewhere.
Right, okay,
I
so
know, but you sent it. It didn't.
I sent it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
can we have,
Get onto it.
can we keep on track, please?
Sorry.
Councillor Sullivan.
Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for doing it because that must have taken a lot of time. Me personally, I think it should be more the whole of Hanforth, not just focusing on the centre, because it's like there's other things outside of the centre, and I think if we're missing them out, I don't think that could be welcomed. But that's just my opinion.
Councillor Moore?
Yeah, I hear that. The counter argument is that it makes everything smaller. You're adding not very important things and making the important things smaller. But it's a tricky one, isn't it? You can argue both ways. I think that's the counter argument.
I think there's a lot of space for Grove End Farm.
There's a lot of
Space for Grove End Farm. Is that necessary?
Where's Grove End Farm?
On the bottom.
Far right.
Far right.
Yeah, a lot of stuff which is not very important and makes everything
Oh,
smaller.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the more detail on that.
Hang on a minute. That's
Well, you've got
something
to-
like the map I've got.
You've got three,
on the
you've got
agenda.
three copies, yeah.
Look,
You've got three to go at.
Oh, God, yeah.
Have you all got a copy of these?
There's three to go at.
Three.
There's three to go at.
You should have had it in your pack.
I know,
It was in your packet.
in the summons and agenda pack,
Yes.
Yeah.
Part B, the Wednesday one.
part B,
No, the Wednesday one.
the Wednesday one,
Yeah, the Wednesday
which
one.
was, what day was that?
the 10th.
The 10th. One from you on the 11th, that's summons and agenda pack. Not that
Well,
one?
I suspect that the first thing to agree is that we want a map,
Yes.
is it not?
Yes.
So can we have a proposal that we have a map and a seconder? Proposal, thank you councillor Moore, and a seconder. Thank you councillor Small. Can we have a vote on whether we actually have a map or not? Those in favour? Okay, so I don't want to discuss something that people are against. So now we have to look at the maps. Yes, councillor
Is
Moore.
it fair to say that I think Roger was requested to do a bigger version? Well, I can't remember who it was now. I'm not sure that was his idea in the first place.
Yeah, okay.
My only query was, we talked earlier about the defibrillators being positioned on here, but there was mention of there would be too many symbols, yeah. I'd place a defibrillator over Ferrari and Rolls Royce anytime, if I'm being honest. It's just a business, unless they are willing to pay for it, why should they be on it? That's only my suggestion.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's an important thing to have on.
yeah.
If
By the
someone's
way,
in the
we-
if someone's in the market for a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce, they know where they're going.
Yes.
The green crosses, I'm guessing they're health centre chemists
The
or
pharmacy.
pharmacists.
But there isn't a pharmacy at Handful Dean.
There are two.
Boots is not a pharmacy.
There's one in
Pharmacy
Tesco.
where?
Tesco's.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Tesco's.
The Boots one
Yeah,
can't
Boots,
dispense
there's no-
NHS
no.
prescriptions, that's all.
No, it's not.
There's no key to saying what it is. I mean, I know it's a green
No.
cross, and most people know what a green cross is, but plenty of people don't.
Okay,
I
councillor
agree.
Moore?
Yeah, I think Tim's right. There's a space at the bottom left where you could have a legend
Yeah.
symbol. You know.
And are tourists
And then
really
we
going to go
include
to
symbols
St
for the
Benedict
different-
School?
Sorry, Tim.
Are tourists really going to want to go to St Benedict School?
It's not a tourist map.
Well,
It
it's
says-
not-
it says it's a
Yes,
tourist
I
map.
know, it says it, but that's, why isn't it just map with handful?
Yeah.
Why do we have to have tourists there?
The beauty of the system is that this is a PowerPoint presentation. You can change any symbol or wording on
Can
it.
you take
Without
tourists
any
down,
problem.
just have
So
handful
tourists could
map?
come out.
Yep, agreed.
So just have handful, handful, handful map. That sounds a bit odd, that. doesn't
Just
it?
handful.
Map.
Handful.
You don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need a map, we don't need a map. Okay.
What's the trampoline centre?
Is there anything else people would like to see on there? So we want
Is there?
Yeah,
The fitness centre.
Chair.
Oxygen.
I've never heard of a trampoline park around here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's called oxygen.
Huh?
It's
Yeah.
called oxygen.
Oxygen.
Okay. Right. Go on, yes.
It just occurred to me, if you look at the tourist map, there's space there to put a QR code for the website.
Oh, it's on, I know where it is. Yeah. It's on.
Sorry, can I just mention, Chair, that's reminded me, I was going to say tonight, is it possible we can get a QR code fitted near to the defibrillators?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, we
So
can.
that people
It's
can
all
see.
being looked at, right then.
we've got a QR code for the site actually, the website. But it's not on it anywhere yet. But it could go on there, couldn't it? Website QR code on this map.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can we just have a look at these three maps and just decide, before we start talking about all the other things that we want to have on it, can we decide? Yes.
Idea. Why do we get one with a few minor amendments and get one printed up at A0 and we can actually have that
Yes.
Yes.
on the bloody wall?
I agree.
So
Yeah,
you
but
can
we
see
need
what
to
it looks
decide
like.
which
Yeah.
of these first
Yeah.
and then look at it. So that's map one.
Pass it round.
Pass that one. That's map one.
Right one of it.
Yeah, right one.
Yeah.
Pass it round in the
Just
invisible
mark-
pen.
Number one.
Yeah, number one. That's two. And that's 3.
Two on the back of
Just look at them and let's just decide which map we're going to go for.
What are the differences, to save trying to compare everything? What are the differences between the 3? Is it a short answer?
Map
One's
1
got
focuses on the,
I'm sorry.
map 1 focuses on the existing village centre. Map 2 was only composed because at our previous meeting, someone suggested that the area covered should extend outside the boundaries of the village centre to include things like total fitness and the site of the garden village.
So that's further
What, 3?
So that's
What's
number 3.
3 is
something?
something. 3 is something Ashley produced.
A0.
But I mean, fundamentally,
looks a bit-
3 is the equivalent of 2, with various things missing, isn't it?
Mhm.
Can you have a look at them and pass them round so that people can make a comment and we can decide which format we want to
I
do?
need to look at the
I don't think that
I know that's the
Do you want me to look back?
Yes, please.
difficulty.
map 3 doesn't have anything that map 2 has.
Well, can I see it? Thank you. Right. Yeah,
Right.
that's 2 Stanley Hall.
I think this is going to take
Not
far
one.
too long.
Yeah.
And I would propose that I don't like doing this, but I'd like to propose that we defer it to give people an opportunity to look at all of the maps, come to a consensus for next time.
Can we all get a copy of one of these to take
Yes,
back with us
please.
tonight?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
and then we can sit at home and read them and.
Well,
I don't know that Ashley
No,
can do it
not
tonight,
tonight.
it'll take a little while
Yeah,
to print off.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
We can have one within 7 days of the next meeting and then we can print it off and have a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Okay, so I'll propose that we defer the item. Do we need to second it?
Yeah.
Seconder, please. Thank you, councillor. Sampson. All those in favour of deferring it until next time with more information for councillors?
I've made
Yes.
mine up.
Thank you very much. Okay. Right, I've lost my thread
I
now. Where am I?
abstain from that vote.
24,039.
Are these
Okay.
spare?
Agenda item 24,039 to approve the spend of the budgeted £2,500 toward the 2024 pantomime production of Jack and the Beanstalk. Well, I like that story. For November 2024, and to discuss any new price structure and how the council will run this year's production. Councillor Susan Law. Open to any councillors' comments? Yes.
We need to give it value. The price needs to go up. I say this every year, but I'm not shifting on it. We need to increase the
May I
price.
ask how many people didn't pitch it?
To be honest, I think most of the people that booked pitched up this time.
Yeah.
That wasn't the issue. 50p a child, I think, works really well. 20 quid an adult. Boom.
How much?
Okay. Any comments from anybody else? Oh, 50.
It's a telephone.
That's where it was.
Mr. Moore.
It shouldn't sound, actually.
50 pence.
Child, 20 quid an adult. How does that
That's
sound?
Peter to turn up. My apologies.
I don't know, it sounds actually, but I've lost it.
Yeah, the adults causing more trouble.
Yeah.
With the kids. So-
Yeah.
Presumably we didn't have any issues selling tickets.
No.
No.
No, that's not.
No.
Right.
That's not.
Yeah, but the
Because
rules
it's so
are
cheap.
50p, aren't they? But there's no
But the
value.
thing, the way I look at it is, we're here to serve the community. We've got loads of money in the budget, and I don't think 50p for a child and £1 for an adult is out of our remit for expenditure. That's my feeling. However, there are other pantomimes in, I know Stockport charge in excess of £12 for a child, £15 for an adult. I don't know about the local schools, I don't think they charge anything, but I'm quite keen to keep the prices, even if it's just a little in expense, maybe put the adults to £2, but anything more than that, I think would do in a disservice.
Well, you all know, but this is something I brought to the council back years ago, because my reason for doing it was to allow families who were struggling to still have the opportunity to go to this sort of event.
Yeah.
Because we all know, even, you know, in Handforth, there are many people who use food banks, you know, and they can't afford to do anything with their family. And that was my main reason for doing it. It's always been very successful. Am I right in thinking the money that we get from the tickets we put back into we still put back into the sweets and everything? So I get your point, but I don't see how it would make any difference. They're still getting the same pantomime experience. They're still getting the same, you know, little set of sweets or crisps, whatever, when they arrive. I just can't.
Okay, well,
What when you say it'll increase, when you say it'll give it more value,
people don't turn up
right?
Some people don't turn up,
They
of
don't.
course they haven't done in the past. We
because
know
there's no
that.
value to it.
But this year,
I think the people turned up,
we didn't
yeah.
have any that
We had a
didn't
waiting
turn up.
list.
No, we didn't have a waiting list. We sold out of the half seven pretty rapidly.
I think the afternoon was a few spaces. wasn't
Few
it?
spaces, but that's because we didn't
Well,
sell
I
them,
wasn't here in
yeah.
the evening, but I mean,
Can I just say though, going back to what Cynthia was saying about pantomimes in Stockport and Manchester, etc., we actually got 80 free tickets for Youth Club for pantomime at the Leisure Centre, and this is the 3rd or 4th year that that's happened as well. So
do you mean free tickets?
free, yeah, for the dress rehearsal, which loads of the kids went to. Yeah, so
That was for the youth club, not for families. I'm presuming that would.
yeah, no families went as well. No,
Right,
the
okay.
youth club children and volunteers were offered the tickets, and adults took the children, obviously.
Yes.
I understand what Julie's saying, and yes, it does lose value when it's low, because people have only spent £1. But if we accept as a council that, right, well, 20 might not turn up, we'll wear it, we'll live with it. If we accept it, it's always going to happen. People won't turn up for valid reasons.
Yes, absolutely.
So there can be any number of reasons. So if it gets to become where half the people are not turning up, then yes, we have to do something.
Well, can we increase the price for the adults then?
Can we
increase the price for the adults? Because when you've got 4 adults coming with 1 child, it's
What's the current
well,
price?
could you
50p per child and £1 per adult.
well, would it not be better to do an adult and child ticket, and then you could put the prices up for just adults, couldn't you?
Oh,
Just-
no, don't come.
No?
No, don't. The kid, I think 50p for a kid, but if people want £2, I mean, the £2 will go back into buying more sweets and more crisps.
Not
and
£1.50
more
per
drinks.
Okay,
adult.
So-
that's like a.
Pardon?
£1.50 per adult.
I was just going to say
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
£1.50, because £2 is 100% increase, isn't it? So if we said £1.50 and split the difference, it's only 50
And don't
people.
forget, a lot of the children can't come without an adult.
Exactly.
And if there's a family of 4 kids
Yeah.
and 2 adults, it becomes
I
quite
think-
expensive.
I think Councillor Smith's point was that there are more adults than there are children in some parties. I think
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
what she's
Yeah,
trying
which is
to say.
frustrating. It's for children, it's not for adults.
Yeah.
And it's rammed out with adults.
To put the adult price on then,
Yeah.
250.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we propose then that we put the price up for the adult ticket, the child ticket price stays the same?
Yeah.
The adult ticket, £1.50. Yes, £1.50, that's right.
No more.
Sorry?
No more.
No, not in one jump.
No.
That's £2 for
At the end of the day, it all
Yeah.
comes back
It'll
in
come
again.
back in.
So it's not like, you know, we're trying to make a profit. It's really for the benefit of the community.
So it goes back into the pot.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
To offset the cost of us.
Yeah. Any further comments from anybody? Councillor
No,
Small?
I
1 second, I'll bring you in a minute.
Looking at this assessment form for chaplains, Jack and the Beanstalk and their actors and so on. Right at the bottom, it says win a free panto for your venue for the 2024-25 season. Have we indeed filled in one of these assessment forms and therefore become
Yeah, every year,
eligible
Roger, we never get one.
Oh,
It has
yeah.
been done.
Yeah, do it every year, we never get one.
But if you don't answer, you could don't.
Yeah, we answer every year.
1 second, Councillor Sampson.
I'd just like to thank Councillor Sullivan for all the work you do on the pantomime, and it is appreciated, and I hope that it continues to go from strength to strength.
Yeah.
Indeed, ditto. And also, to thank the, all the people that work from the youth club and come and give their time as well, and councillors who come and do it, because it's quite an event. Quite a noisy thing, but it's very entertaining and the kids absolutely love it. My proposal I have put on that and how the council will run this year's production was simply to put somebody in charge, and for me the obvious person is Councillor Sullivan because it's her baby, so to speak. Would you be happy to take that on board?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Okay, that's fine. So then, is there anything further? Sorry, Councillor Smith.
Are we going to the same people as last time?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Can I just ask then if Councillor Sullivan's in charge, where does that leave youth club? Because we normally
No,
run it.
just organising and just, making sure everything's
She'll
put
come to
together.
you.
And we always have done. We've always had a committee that put together, and yeah, we had it this year. We had a discussion about what was going on. Yeah, we did. Didn't imagine it, did I? We did have a
Did we
discussion.
discuss it?
No,
I don't know.
who was on that then?
Sorry?
Who was on that?
You were.
Not on pantomime, I wasn't.
I thought we did.
No, we
I don't think we
didn't.
did. No, I don't think we did.
I think it was.
Okay,
No,
I
no,
apologise.
No, I think.
Oh, am I
we
thinking of
talked
business
about
right?
it,
Yeah.
and I think that's why you've asked Kerry
My
to
apologies.
oversee.
Right, okay. I would like to have one person who's just, make sure everything's organised, sorted out. And given that the council is spending the money, it obviously has to be somebody from the council. I'm very happy that the youth club come in and help. They always have done, and that's great. We just need somebody in charge, that's all. And Councillor Sullivan, their baby.
Yeah.
So is everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I have I'll propose it. Can I have a second then, please? You've got a choice
I
there.
don't know.
All those in favour? Thank you. Agenda item 240310 to receive notices and correspondence. Did you have something?
It was only the letter from Jones to go to the owner of the Sunfield site, but I think he said he was going to go to it for us. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody else wants to
Okay,
go.
that's fine. Nothing else? Councillor Moore, did you want to have? No, you don't say anything. Okay. Anybody else got anything they want to share? I had something that's gone straight out of my head. So. Right, okay. Agenda item 240311 is to agree the date of the next handful Town Council meeting to be held on the 13th of February 2024. Yes, that's okay. Right, thank you very much. Sorry, members of the public, but we have a part B. My apologies. Thank you very much for coming and giving your report. Gareth.
What time are you on?
Can I have a quick part P?
I'll let you know.
Ooh, let me turn.
Did you?
I might join you actually.
The